Change the lighter. Me. Jimsy. Oh, right. Apparently all Canadian news just... Oh, shit.
Joyce Echaquan's family knew her as a loving mother of 7 devoted to her community. But many know her as the woman who live-streamed hospital staff hurling racist insults at her. With that, coroner Jeanne Kamel says her death likely wouldn't have grabbed attention.
No.
Kamel says Echaquan's care was tainted by prejudice from the start. Mistakenly labeled a drug addict by staff, she was sedated and restrained when she became agitated and not properly monitored. Echaquan's death was ruled accidental, but Kamel could have been prevented. Ms. Echaquan was indeed ostracized, and her death was directly related to the care she received during her hospitalization, Kamel wrote. The racism and prejudice that Ms. Echaquan faced certainly contributed to her death. The coroner's top recommendation for Quebec to recognize systemic racism exists in its institutions.
Saying that the Quebec government needs to recognize that there is systemic racism here in Quebec. Those words resonate in my heart or in my spirit.
The Legault government has repeatedly denied systemic racism exists in Quebec. Today, the deputy premier said they are looking at the report.
I will see the precise words that are used and the recommendation for itself. We are in action. We want to fight racism.
We should state and name the problem.
Dr. Stanley Volant is an Innu surgeon in Montreal who testified at the inquiry. He hopes the government will change its position.
Doesn't mean that people of Quebec are racist. That just means the systems have been contaminated by colonialism for 150 years.
The premier won't comment on the report until next week when the coroner formally presents her findings. Joyce Echaquan's family is expected to respond to it then too. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
Mm.
You may have found letters like this at your doorstep. People offering cash to buy your home quick and easy. One woman answered a letter like this, but she wished she hadn't. She's now worried she's going to be kicked to the curb. Can't sleep at night sometimes, It's very, very hard. This woman is afraid to share her identity. Too ashamed, she says, of the mess she and her husband are now in. It's taking a toll on my husband's health also, because he wasn't well lately. And we can't sleep at night. It all started with a flyer offering to buy homes for cash, fast and easy. And I ended up calling the flyer because I was thinking of selling at that point. I called him and he came by. He had all the papers ready, which I didn't know he did. And when he came, he asked me to sign it, and I said, okay, sign it. The couple admits they're having financial difficulty and saw this as a way out of that. Only the wife signed the paperwork without her husband. Paperwork she claimed she did not understand. So I said, are you going to give me a copy of what I just signed? He said, you'll get it after. I'll send it to you. And until this day, I haven't got anything. Until last week, when the couple received a fulfillment. This tells me that you did sign an agreement of purchase and sale, because they're saying here that they're fulfilling their condition on one of those schedules. Carol McCrutton is a realtor called in by the couple's need to help. When they called me a couple of days ago, they told me, there's a situation. My aunt and uncle think they sold their house. They're not sure, but they're getting these letters, and now they're worried. I didn't know what I was signing, so I just signed. City News reached out to the company behind this. They told us they did nothing wrong. They say the title of the document she signed read in large bold letters, Agreement of Purchase and Sale, and it contains a sale, closing date, a purchase price, and transaction terms. They believe she understood what she was doing when she signed and initialed the contract. They also claim they told the woman repeatedly to retain a lawyer to review the paperwork and prepare for closing. They deny she was pressured into signing or that she was unaware of what she was doing. According to the company, the woman is now in breach of contract with them. Cash for home deals are not new nor illegal. In fact, they have and can help homeowners get a buyer. But a word of caution for anyone considering this.
You got to recognize that the person there, the mailbox, is either representing themselves or representing a buyer, and they're not representing you.
You can sell your house privately, then sell it privately, but make sure you have a lawyer every step of the way. You have to have somebody who knows the law. The couple wishes they had. They're now trying to get out of something they no longer want. We asked if the company is still pursuing the sale or if they'll sue the couple for breach of contract. They told us they're considering all of their options at this point.
The fuck?
Now unsure of their future at a home they've owned for 25 years. The couple hopes their story.
The fuck is that?
Help.
Oh my god. This can't do fuck.
You want to give the unvaccinated staff extra time to collect their dose. But I want to be clear, we will...
Postponing the deadline for healthcare workers to be fully vaccinated by 30. Now he says they've analyzed the consequences.
On our network, and especially on the vaccinated.
Partially vaccinated.
Because you can't lose 10,000, you can't lose 15,000, like you can't lose 20,000.
Their workers would have been absent from the job.
How many healthcare workers are currently in Quebec? So my computer did hear me. That's kind of fucked up. Okay. That doesn't answer my question. $90,000? I'm starving to death. Wait, what? Oh. Wait. Okay, wait. Let's- Get upstairs. Oh, fucking get beat down. Wanna go? Put him up. Put him up. That's right. Run away. I'm gonna come get you. That's right. Out from me, kitty. Oh, hey, baby.
What?
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Let's just get this over with. Yo, inside. Fucking sick of your shit. Okay.
I'll come with you.
I was gonna wear my house coat, but I was like, you know what? I'm already getting like up to my frustration point, so let's not instigate.
I know, and then you let me.
Maybe you want to have a little bottle of
What do you want to do? Right, it's in the bag. That bag there?
no, it's not there.
I don't know to know. Yeah.
Wait. Oh. I think the guy's here.
What?
I think the guy's here. I waited. Your phone went off. Your phone went off. The fucking burger. The food.
Didn't ring or anything?
Oh. I don't know if I got a book for. Oh, damn, that was burning. That was super terrible. Ow! Still sucks. Significantly easier. Okay. So, 1 out of 2. I think I actually might have left to my parents. Ow. Wow. Fun markings. Ow. Ah. I have fucked up knees, I forgot. Oh, that sucks. No. Oh, lame. Fuck. I remember something regarding my knees. Now they are fucked up. That's why they're only hurting now. My cartilage. Both of them. Both of them are like this morning. I got out of bed and I fucking almost ate the floor. My knees went bent. I was like, oh, okay. The new lesson.
Oh. Fuck. Wait. Oh. Owie. Yeah, you know, I'll take you out. Just give me a little bit. Mimsy? Go inside. Fucking grinding my gears. Can you just fucking work? This is fucking stupid. Good update. Good job, guys. Ow. Better. No, you stay inside. Enzy, go inside. Fucking not putting up. There's fucking anyone else there. Fucking doormat. Ow. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
Instead of serving cold ones, businesses like this brewery are managing hot-headed customers. It's been less than 2 weeks since Saskatchewan brought in its vaccine requirements for bars and restaurants.
When we asked him for proof of vaccination, he showed us an image that was a picture of a middle finger. And at that point, he wanted to speak to me and wanted to make it very clear that he hoped we went out of business.
It goes beyond obscene gestures. For supporting vaccine passports, British Columbia MLA Mike Bernier says people threatened to shoot him. As more workplaces introduce mandates, the pushback could become more widespread.
There have been, threats to some of the senior administration. There's been property damage.
Windsor Regional Hospital in Ontario is among the first to require all of its staff be vaccinated. 57 of them refused. Half of them nurses. They were all fired.
I do think it's unfortunate that we as a healthcare organization had to make this move and take this step on our own. I absolutely believe that this is something that should be mandated at a higher level, whether that's provincial or federal, to protect the individual organizations from some of the blowback that we've been feeling.
Accommodating the unvaccinated, also a challenge healthcare workers face on the job. In Manitoba, one ER doctor tried to allow an unvaccinated visitor into the hospital to say goodbye to his dying mother, but
he refused to wear a mask. I politely asked him to. He was very upset. Actually came up to my face, coughed right in it, and actually pushed me aside.
Oh no.
It was a really unfortunate situation. Security had to actually take him out.
Oh.
Marina, these are unfortunate situations. What support are doctors getting to deal with situations like that?
Doctors Manitoba has put out a specific guide for physicians in province. It gives them specific information of how to deal with threatening behavior. And the organization says these sorts of instances are on the rise. Another Manitoba doctor had to call police. He received a handwritten note to his house. It contained threatening information and COVID-19 vaccine conspiracy theories. Ian.
Thanks, Marina.
What? What?
Okay, we have to get to another extremely trouble on the screen. This is WSU Insider. What it shows is that WSU Insider. What it shows is that WSU is to lead $125 million USAID project to detect emerging viruses. Now, this is important because USAID is a branch of the State Department. It's the International Development Agency of the U.S. State Department, which greenlights aid granting projects all across the world. Africa, Ebola, all that. This is within the USAID discovery and exploration of emerging pathogens, or so-called Deep VZN project. VZN standing for viral zoonoses. For all those virologists out there, I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Now, why does this matter? Now, you might remember that detect emerging viruses is code for gain of function research. And actually, when you lead and read even deeper within this press release, they are announcing this grant to dig up 8,000 to 12,000 novel viruses all over the world, including those like SARS-CoV-2, aka coronavirus, including in China. So essentially, we have learned nothing. The $100,000 grant or whatever to EcoHealth Alliance for gain of function research, I think it was $200,000. This is $125 million for digging up 8 to 12,000 novel viruses all over the world in order to protect us against them. Because they're going to go out, discover the virus, so supposedly create a cure, although how the hell did that work out this time? And then we'll all be safer, or so they say. There's no oversight on the crystal. There's no congressional outcry. From what I can tell, he's the only person who even flagged this thing. And here you have a university literally bragging about it. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's the part that
it's out in the open.
Really shows you that nothing has been learned. Is that, first of all, this barely got noticed.
Totally.
Second of all, they're proud of it.
Yeah, they're like, Washington, this is a big coup for Washington State. I'm like, go whatever their mascot is. Okay,
and I've long said, look, it's not definitive that it leaked from the lab, but evidence continues to mount. And even if you're not sure, it's clearly a possibility that it leaked from the lab. And we know that lab leaks occur all the time. So the fact that, I don't even think we need to know definitively that it came from the lab for there to be a major rethinking of safety and science. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. And I haven't seen any of that conversation publicly. I don't see it happening within, I see it in some corners of the scientific community, but clearly not enough to break through to mainstream press coverage. This should be a major topic of conversation for the public, for members of Congress, so that we can come to some idea and some consensus about what is actually safe moving forward, given the lessons that we've learned from this entire experience. And none of that has obviously occurred.
This is just terrifying the more that you learn about the details. Let me read this quote. The project will focus on finding previously unknown pathogens from 3 viral families and have large potential for viral spillover from animals to humans. Coronaviruses, the family that includes SARS-CoV-2, such as Ebola virus, I can't pronounce this one, paramoxyviruses, which include viruses that cause measles and Nipah. So Ebola, one of the deadliest viruses known to man, measles, one of the worst plagues that humanity ever had to suffer under, and now coronavirus, the worst pandemic that we've had in about 100 years. The goals are ambitious, they say, to collect 800,000 samples in 5 years of the viruses from the families are present in the samples. When they are found, the researchers will determine the zoonotic potential of the virus or the ability to transfer from animals to humans. And all of this, like I said, they are digging up, doing research on, screening and sequencing now the genomes of the ones that are going to pose the most risk to humans and to animals and human health. What's the safety protocol? Do we have any oversight of this whatsoever? Why is the Biden administration greenlighting a $125 million grant to this project? I think what this goes to show is that the fact that this was moved through the bureaucracy, and I'm not saying I blame Biden or whatever for explicitly being go out and fund this.
Yeah.
Somewhere up the chain, somebody has to check a box. And the fact that somebody in the State Department, somebody at the White House, the National Security Council, someone, somewhere, this is how bureaucracy works, had to look at this and just say, okay, they did not even enter their head, hey, we got this deadly pandemic, right now, mounting evidence. I mean, in fact, if you were to look at both sides of the scale and say natural origin versus lab leak origin, it's overwhelming on lab leak side. And you don't even think, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. And here's the worst part. Congress is heads are so far up, where. They're following about reconciliation. They're, January 6th, they're still issuing subpoenas. Every day I read about subpoenas been issued to Steve Bannon. I'm like, oh yeah, you're going to crack the case. I cracked the case. Trump said we're going to go down to the Capitol, and they did it. The end of the story. You need more of a commission? It's over. There are also some feds involved. Maybe get to the bottom of that one. And down here in this one, we should be having a serious, robust oversight commission. There are, from what I can tell, 3 people in Congress who are actually concerned about this. The only one I respect in any way is Mike Gallagher, who is the congressman from Wisconsin. He is not taking much more of a partisan view of this and is actually trying to get to and block gain-of-function research. Rand Paul, we all know why Rand Paul is doing what he's doing. That doesn't mean I don't respect it in terms of questioning Fauci and more. But everybody else in Congress, they just want to go after Fauci. That's it for pandemic restriction. And okay, I get it. I also can't stand Fauci. But now you're in the realm of partisan politics. Nobody's having a serious discussion about whether this is okay or not. Yeah. It's increasingly clear where I think coronavirus came from, how it came about, and the government, the U.S. government had a very big role in how all that came to play. We were the leaders and pushers and funders of gain of function research. And now they're doing the exact same thing, Crystal, $125 million grant to this project, including in China. I would love to know if the Wuhan lab is going to be a recipient. I wouldn't even put it past them at this point to funnel money back to the lab. Be like, oh, Dr. She's a great virologist. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're Bat Lady. She's
and
the Bat Lady.
If you question it, they'll be like, you're racist.
Yeah, you're a racist. She calls herself the Bat Lady, by the way, not me.
Yeah. It's just a really depressing state of failure in the country that, there's no way that you could expect. I don't even want to call for congressional panels to discuss
won't do anything.
Scientific protocols and safety or anything, because it'd just be some obnoxious shit show of I'm going to own Fauci. I'm going to defend Fauci.
That's right.
And then, you don't ultimately get in there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut. Our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions. All that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.
Right out of hand.
Yeah, I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently living are responsible, is a good idea. We've, tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation. We've elected an African-American president. I think we're always a work in progress in this country, but no one currently alive was responsible for that.
Wow. Reparations aren't a good idea because we've elected an African-American president. Who exactly is the we in that sentence, bitch? Because as I remember it, electing that president was basically your least favorite thing America ever did, and you vowed to devote every waking moment to making sure it didn't happen again. We tried to deal with the original sin of slavery, an American president in 1942. The Fair Housing Act wasn't passed until 1968. This is quite a... As for what reparations could look like, there was a bill introduced in the House for 30 years by the late John Conyers.
Investment of resources into the Black community that have had that wealth extracted, been denied the ability to live like other Americans. And I think anyone who's arguing for reparations that is not...
Thank you.
Your friend's white husband really does live in this house. That is it. And I'm not saying that money alone is what's called for here. As Nicole Hannah-Jones pointed out, simply handing out cash without changing the underlying structural conditions that produced inequality in the first